three missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County.
And I got to play with your wand. It was great.
Definitely fun.
Keep going.
How y'all doing? Catterday. You got a cat? Oh, you do have a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
You're in his house and you don't know that he has a cat?
Dude, I got a ton of pussy.
Yeah, she was all in Blu-ray Tuesday one episode. She had the whole place thinking.
Dude, cats are like that. You can live in a house with a cat and not even know about it.
Yeah, they're really good. They're like
That's
femme
true.
fatales or whatever.
I have dogs and they very much make their presence known when they knock shit over and have
we
zero
can
body
see one
awareness.
right behind you.
Oh, does he have one behind him?
That's right.
Other way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's her name or his name?
His name is Bud.
Oh,
It's named after
original.
marijuana.
Dude, you read my... Oh, you just bought a pre-cut collar? You're
Right?
like, oh, I guess your name's Bud now.
Period. Does he play basketball, girl? He play basketball?
Nah.
Soccer? He played all the sports.
Why do I
old.
feel
He
like
don't play
Evan would
any.
love those movies?
He would.
Like, non-ironically
Dude,
would watch Air
No,
Bud.
I've seen Air Bud. As a kid, that was like my favorite movie. I had a VHS of it and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I
Fuck
bet
yeah.
you did.
You mean you don't dry hit the bong and watch Air Bud now?
I mean, sometimes.
Oh.
It sounds like a good time.
Right?
He didn't have a
Dry
good
hitting a
comeback for
bong
that.
with Air Bud, dude. That sounds like a good afternoon to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I'm glad we agree. Hi, Aaron.
So we here with Aaron.
What's up?
Hey, Aaron Irons.
How's it going?
When I first met Aaron, he had a jean jacket on that was patched up. And I was like, oh, kindred soul. And I was like, the thing was, I didn't realize Aaron was on a, no, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you were tripping on mushrooms at the time.
Oh,
And I couldn't have been more annoying. I was hugging him every time I saw him. I was shaking him like, Aaron.
why?
Like,
Were you on mushrooms too?
You met me, and I
Oh,
was
yeah,
just,
you a hot mess.
and so I was just like, dude, Aaron, what's up, dude? And he would just look at me, not with hate, but I could tell, like, I know when I'm overstepping boundaries.
Aaron, do you remember this?
Yeah.
What were you thinking when this was all happening? Like, who is this big man?
No, it's fine. I'm used to huggers. I wouldn't say I was tripping, but I was definitely like a heavy microdose all week.
I feel like that just had
It
to
just-
enhance the film festival, right?
It did. I definitely got really tired by the end of the day, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Aaron, I think you're the first director that we showed your movie Chest on F5 Virtual, I think, which was the one weird year that we named it something different.
Mm-hmm.
But then you came out to the festival proper the next year.
Yep.
Without a movie. And I don't know, I was just so pumped. And I just couldn't keep my hands off you. I just kept shaking you.
He was so nice. I remember I met him at the recalibration party and you signed my Chest Blu-ray. Wasn't that great? Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought
I've been
merch.
around Russell so much at the festival and his handsiness that it's like rubbed off on me, and now I do it to people too because he's done it to me so much. Like I massaged
it's
Paul
called
Brooks'
trauma.
I almost said something.
shoulders at the festival multiple times, but luckily he was okay with it. So
Wait, hold on. I cut off Terrell there. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
I was gonna say it was, like Aaron Lewis, like break the cycle. Like I was traumatized at some point. Now I touch everybody, and now I've done it to Evan. Now he's doing it. But I feel like you had something better there.
I was.
Come on, what the
we're gonna
fuck?
leave it. This drink didn't kick in yet. Come on, y'all. Let's get to
No,
this
come on.
interview.
You can't start filtered.
Mm-mm. Come on.
Fine. All right. Well, Aaron, I'm glad that you have continued to show up. You came out this last year, and you're talking to us now. So clearly, I didn't make the horrible impression that I thought I did. After I talked to Evan, he was like, dude, he was on shrooms the whole fucking weekend. I'm like, oh, I must have been
During 6?
a fucking
Or 7?
nightmare. 6, not this year.
Okay.
No, this year he was on his P's and Q's.
He was, because his movie was shown. We're going to get into it. But yes, were you nervous? We'll get to it, because it seemed like he was nervous. Because I was like, oh, your movie's next. He's like, oh, God. I remember him with your wife. Remember that? Were you
Yeah.
nervous? Were you nervous?
Yeah, I mean, any kind of premiere or showing the movie, I don't like to be in the room really, or if I do, I'll just stand in the back or just.
I like
stand
to be in the back. I like that approach.
But this year I wasn't drinking or I was trying to quit smoking. So like normally my thing is to go outside and just fucking chain smoke.
Oh, okay.
So I was just in the back, like
Yeah, I could tell. I remember walking by you and I got that vibe. The movie we're talking about is Jeffrey's Hell that we showed at F7. And it did really well, Aaron. How'd you feel after it?
Yeah, I thought the reaction was good, and people had some good questions, and just a lot of good reactions during the movie as well.
We had some reactions.
Yeah, the crowd was definitely lighting up during that.
But yeah, the cave stuff has been pretty common, like to hear people just kind of groaning.
It felt claustrophobic to me because I don't like tight spaces, and you were going up into some tight spaces in this movie. So where do you find these caves and shit like this in these movies? Like, is this some place that's near you? Did you have to travel out to find this? But yeah, it was very claustrophobic.
Yeah, I mean, I cave, I guess professionally, just on my free time. Me and my wife is actually more in the caving world than I am, but we've been just exploring caves and mapping caves, and for the NSS, the National Speleological Society.
Oh,
so
that's
like
a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's a fun one to say. So like we have a lot of caves in our repertoire, and there's about 10,000 caves in Tennessee alone.
Wow.
And then you have Alabama and Georgia that have a similar number of them. So the movie was shot there was about 6 different caves, and like basically I had an idea for something and be like, all right, what cave have I been to that would meet this criteria? And we would film there. But there was one cave that's it's only about 45 minutes away from my house that we don't have to get any kind of permission to go into, and you can just go out there at any time in the middle of the night. So that was the main place where I would go if I was ever shooting anything by myself. That's where I would go, to that cave, because it's like very accessible, and a lot of people go out there. So if I were to get hurt or something,
is that the same cave as Chest that you used for Chest?
No, that cave in Chest was actually in East Tennessee, quite a bit of ways away. And that was harder to get access to, but there's much better caves here in Middle Tennessee anyway.
Oh, okay.
So how did you get into that?
Caving?
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I worked as a cave tour guide at a place called the Lost Sea out in Sweetwater, Tennessee. It's the biggest underground lake in America. At least I think it still is. But I worked there all through high school and just got into caving there. And I didn't do it for a long time through college, and then I got back into it about 10 years ago. Joined a bunch of groups and grottos, as they call them, which is like just a group of cavers, and got way more into it, and in a more of a research side of an exploration side than more than just like a fun sport caving trip. Like we actually like do maps and biological inventories and things like that. So
Okay.
So you're doing cave tours in the Lost Sea, and this looks like you jump on a boat down there. So
Yeah.
are you like ferrying people underground?
yeah, you the best job there was you would stay down at the lake all day. So you're underground all day at this big boat dock, and you just load people up on a boat that's got a glass bottom on it, and you just drive around and talk about the lake and shit.
Hell yeah.
But I would sit down there all day and just smoke weed, and
Oh.
I would have like at least like an hour or two between each group that was coming down. So I'd just like lay on the boat and turn out all the lights. It was
Oh,
great.
you had fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, so what are some of the cool things you would tell them? Like pirates were down there, there's a ghost or treasure.
They got to be ghosts and demons and bugs.
We never really had any ghost stories, but I can't remember. I never really. It's also been like 20 years since I did that, but I remember.
Oh, come on. It's like a bike. I know you remember.
We would get some of the dumbest questions I've ever heard in my life. Like,
Oh, give us some examples.
Well, you're going to have an hour of them here, too.
like people ask,
Especially with Evan hitting that bomb too much.
people would ask why we didn't build the cave closer to the interstate, and
Oh.
I remember the guy was like, well, I was like, it's a cave. Like, we didn't build it. He's like, yeah, but if you would have built it next to the interstate.
Oh, people are
you'd get more
stupid.
traffic. I'm like, you're not listening to me, dude. And yeah, I think I told
Now you know what I
somebody-
mean. Come on, every tour, the
I think
tour
I told-
guide, you have to have that position, which is weird to even imagine, because you've been very like quiet and chill
Yep.
every time I've ever met you. So imagining you on top of a double-decker bus with a microphone, it doesn't.
I love that you turned
mean-
this glass bottom boat into a double decker bus.
Well, that's where I go in my head when I think of a tour guide. It's like out
Right.
here on Haight Street, we get that all the time. When like me and Terrell would go to Amoeba or something, you'd see
see them
there's a
drive
fucking
by
tourist.
at the festival. They're like, and it's like a person's talking on top of
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
could
did.
you imagine Aaron Irons up there?
Yeah, no.
One of the pranks I would pull sometimes, so I'd be on the boat and I would just fall off into the water. And,
Oh my god! You gonna scare them old people?
but I would like hold on to the boat, and people were like, "What the hell? He just fell in. Where'd he go?" And I would just climb back up, soaking wet. And I
Oh
was
my
had-
god!
I always had to change the clothes down there, and I would do that, and I would like do backflips off of the boat dock for
Oh, yeah.
tip money, and I was it was
That's so
a
sick.
fun job.
Hey, it checks out.
Sounds like it.
I mean, you got to be athletic if you're going to be like spelunking down into hell.
Yeah.
And it's just, I could imagine you with your like soothing voice just talking and people are dozing off and then you fall
Oh.
in the water. They're like, wait, what happened? Yeah, okay. So did you meet your now wife doing these tours, or like how did you find a girl that just happened to be into caving too?
She was kind of doing it recreational before we met, and we both, once we started dating, we both kind of got back into it together, and started joining groups and going to conventions and stuff like that. So we kind of
What you said they're called grottos? Is that what
Yeah.
you call a group of cavers?
yeah. There's one in like every region. Like there's a Nashville grotto, and there's one like Chattanooga.
Okay.
Any city usually has their own grotto.
So do you all have like beef or like turf war?
No, I mean there's a lot of drama in this.
What? How you have drama being a cave person?
Oh man, because like it's so many different people. Like you got like right wing conservative people, you got uber liberal hippies,
That's
you got
everyday
What
life.
the hell?
all kind, and we all just come together and cave, and then like we have these conventions, and there's drinking involved, so like shit breaks out, people are talking shit about each other, and like it becomes it's just a big, it's like Real
Okay.
Housewives shit.
Man, I want that
Real
to be your
Housewives
next
of
found
the
footage
Grotto?
movie.
Dude,
It's just
I would
like
watch
a
that.
convention-based found footage movie where like people are arguing about caving. Like that's so sick.
Well, hold on, because now I'm going to teach you all a lesson. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's apathy. It's when you don't think about people. So if you're fighting with people, there's something there. So that means if there's a lot of fighting, there's probably a lot of fucking going on in those caves too.
Oh my god! I'm sure
Dude.
there is. Do they be fucking in the caves, Aaron?
Not in the caves, but man, those conventions get crazy. A lot of people are,
Oh, like orgies? Orgies?
yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
Yeah.
the first,
Wow.
It's like
the first,
Sturgis for cavers, dude.
So caves they just get horny. Is it an aphrodisiac to go searching in a cave?
well, it's just like there's definitely a big overlap with like people who are into really into like heavy kinks and like BDSM
Oh.
people and like
Furries?
furries, nudists, like any kind of like any kind of kink world. It's just like they become cavers too. So like there's a convention they have every year. It's almost like Burning Man, where they burn in this huge like 12-story log cabin thing. And at night, somebody told me, it's like, don't go to the hot tub after 3 a.m. And I was like, what's at the hot tub? No,
Ooh, demon time.
So I went to the hot tub at 3 a.m. one
Fuck
night.
yeah, you did.
It was just hundreds of fucking naked people.
Wow.
All over, like it was wild. I came back to
Did
my
you join in?
No. I mean, if you've ever been to a nude beach, like it's not attractive. People that
Yeah.
are at those beaches. But I came back to my tent, and my wife Ashley was like, she's like, "Did you go to the hot tub?" And I was like, "Yeah," and asked how it was, and I was just like laid there in silence, like it was too much.
You were traumatized.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You were with your wife, and when you went alone over to the orgy tub?
I didn't know what was going on.
He was curious. He wanted
he
to
was
see.
he was exploring. He was
He
seeing what
wanted to
was
go.
up.
He Dora the Explorer. He wanted to go
Oh
explore
my God.
the demon time.
It
tub.
tracks though that the nudists are not people you'd want to see naked, because if people that you wanted to see naked were walking around naked, then stuff like OnlyFans wouldn't exist, you know. So
Evan, what are you saying?
Says the man who took a picture of himself
I
naked.
know. Didn't you do a naked pose for Flesh Games?
Yeah.
go buy the Flesh Games Blu-ray, srscinemastore.com.
All right. Cut your own mic.
Yeah, we can cut that.
You're on timeout for 5 minutes. Sorry, Aaron. Ignore him. Although I will commend both Evan and Terrell for coming to Aaron's defense immediately. Clearly, I was joking with the man. If he was looking for some action, I'm sure he would have brought his wife.
Or just stay
What
at
do you
the
think? She
cabin
would have
with
been
him,
down?
you know.
She like, let's. It's why do groups
I'm not gonna-
always do this? Why do they always like divulge into orgies? Like once you have like a niche hobby that you share in. Do you think there's like horror convention or I'm sure there are.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't even think about it. I
Did
know.
you see never mind.
I know.
Especially big ones like Dragon Con. Like there's a
Oh, I
whole.
thought you were talking about people.
There's like
I like to say big people
Yeah.
there's
with them
There's
rolls
apps.
everywhere.
like they have apps specifically for hookups at that convention.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
You
they
know a
have,
lot
like-
about this. I ain't heard about this, Aaron.
I talk to a lot of people.
Well, I'm sure Aaron is just, quiet and chill at everywhere he goes,
Mhm.
and then weirdos come up and shake and hug him all the time.
Oh yeah, like
and,
you.
and it's like, hey, Aaron, want to come to the hot tub? And he's like,
Oh my god.
He's like, here too? That's wild that they have their own app. It's not like their own thread or forum or group. It's their own fucking app. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of a
How-
secret thing.
Oh,
it's-
dude.
Oh, it ain't secret anymore,
I know.
y'all. The cat's out the bag.
well, let's hook our buddy Evan up here.
Oh no.
When I was taught we were working on something, he had a little pop-up up here.
I'm
where
sure
it's
he
like-
did.
I won't put out what app he's on. Some weird shed app.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
When it
shed
popped
hookups.
up.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell's that, dude?" And he's like,
Shed-
"Oh, nothing.
he
Don't
was
worry."
swiping
Shed
right.
singles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, at least if it's like a caving group, I imagine that the people must be at least a little bit more fit. Where like I know what Terrell's talking about. There used to be a blog
Mhm.
that covered a satanic church that
Okay.
would do orgies in the chapel.
Ew.
And it's like, I just remember reading the blog and they're like, it's not like the movies. Don't even think like
Yeah.
the men to women ratio's out of control.
Oh.
The obesity levels are out of
Yeah,
control.
the rolls, I'm sure, and the wrinkles.
But if you're like a cave, like, dude, every time me and Terrell watch a cave horror movie, the first thing we think is, I couldn't fit through that.
No, scary.
We just watched one.
But how is that an aphrodisiac? Oh, probably because it's tight.
Yeah, it's just so small.
Oh, mhm.
So, right,
Well, I
they
mean,
got to
it's
at
like
least look a little
Twister,
bit
right?
better.
You're
Look at
going
these
through
guys.
near-death experiences together. You're doing
And
all
I'm
this
too
intense
big.
shit together, and you like
I
trauma
get
bond
stuck.
over it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
No.
That happens. Like you once you're in the cave and if something goes down and there's an emergency, like it doesn't matter who you are, like everybody comes together to help each other.
Have you
Which is
been in that situation where it was like someone got hurt or y'all was stuck? Because I felt for you in that movie. I was like, what if something happened? He gonna be dead. Nobody gonna find him. Has that ever happened?
I've been at conventions and stuff like that where they'll have a cave rescue have to happen where somebody gets stuck.
Mhm.
The last time I was at Mammoth Cave, which is up in Kentucky, there was a big rescue up there. We were up there for New Year's doing a mapping expedition, and in the middle of the night, somebody showed up. Like we're all partying and have our party hats on, drinking champagne, and this guy just comes in like he looks rough, like still in all of his cave gear, and a bunch of people go into a back room, and then they come out, and like everybody just shifted into like we got a guy like 8 hours into a cave that we got to go rescue. So like then it was like a whole week of trying to get this guy out of this cave.
A week?
Damn.
Yeah.
I would. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It was rough. But I mean, me personally, I haven't had a lot of. I've had a couple scares when on ropes, but I've never been stuck. I usually try to, if I can't fit through something, I'm not going to force it.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
Well, you're talking to 3 people who are avid horror fans, and I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really been in a cave.
Me neither.
So the only
we
thing,
used to go to
when
one
we
in
think
high
about
school a lot, we used to smoke weed in it, because that was like, we were like, we're going to go to the cave, and there was like this little side room that was like a pocket room, and that was where we'd always go to smoke because you could hotbox it.
Yeah, a pothead cave is not what the fuck Aaron Irons is exploring. You don't send a mapper into the 420 spot. So that's exactly my point. Is that I think our frame of reference would be like The Descent. That opens up with a giant.
Scary.
Like, have you ever done that where you're on a rope and you're like going down into like what looks like a bottomless pit?
Oh yeah. There's,
really? Oh my God, Aaron, that's scary.
Yeah, I think the deepest one I've done is about 250 feet, and it's like it's just a free hang rope down a big ass pit, and
So sketchy.
I kind of max out like 250 is a lot because you got to climb back up. Is the hard part.
Yeah.
And it take you 45 minutes to an hour usually to
Oh
get
my God.
Like,
have you seen any crazy things in there?
I mean, I've seen a lot of animals, like snakes, and we saw a baby deer one time.
Probably a lot of bats.
Were they deformed, like with 2 heads and legs and stuff?
No,
I don't know. I just want to know.
No,
Terrell thinks in caves like Ratma lives there. That's
yeah,
what he's
and they're
imagining.
probably blind because it's pitch black. They have no light, so how could they see?
Well, a lot of the animals you find in caves, they're not there all the time.
They're exploring like you.
They can get in and out a lot easier than we can. But like, there's some salamanders that will stay completely still in a cave, and the longest that one's been observed is 30 years.
What?
A salamander sat in the same position, just like.
He was alive?
Still.
He was totally alive. Didn't move for almost 30 years.
How'd they eat and piss
That's
and shit?
crazy.
How do you document that? Did somebody come down and put a camera next to it? And they're like,
That's true.
They would basically come back every few years and try to find it and take a picture. And every picture they took, like every 3 or 4 years, exact same.
Wow, that's
Okay.
wild. I
So
didn't know
so
something could survive that long without.
Yeah, some stuff like, I mean, there's tortoises that will be underground for 90% of their life and never eat, and they just have like crazy metabolisms. That
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, the animals are
a turtle.
very strange.
I know that.
Okay. You know, like the ninjas that you like so much. Well, okay. Well, Aaron, you're a professional, so you get paid to go down. Like when you're mapping, is that digital, or do you? Because in my head, I imagine you have an ink quill and a parchment, and you're down there drawing a map like in D&D. But
it's not. You're not far off. There's definitely some better technology that I don't own and that I haven't really used yet. But for the most part, we have a compass and a laser measuring like a laser to measure distance, and that's how you. And you just like set points and you measure the distance, and you get like the azimuth and the direction that you're pointing at the time, and you just write all these data points down, and then you physically draw out like what you're seeing in the room, like any like formations and stuff and like basic passage. And when you put all that stuff into this software, it generates a map with all your data points. And then you can lay that over top of another map, like a topo map, and you can see exactly where the cave is in relation to the above ground.
so do you get credit? Like if you map a cave, like, oh, Aaron Irons mapped Mammoth Cave, does that get like recorded somewhere?
Yeah, your name ends up in the everything gets submitted to what's called the Tennessee Cave Survey, and just all the people involved are associated with it. But I've never. We don't get paid to do that. The only thing I've actually gotten paid to cave, well, was like being a tour guide. And recently, a guy from AMC has been hiring me and one of my friends to film cave footage for him for like a proof of concept for a movie he's working on.
Okay.
And then eventually, once he starts production on it, me and her are going to be like consultants and
Okay.
train their actors to be cavers and to like.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, so that's going to be. I don't know when that was supposed to happen last year, so like any production stuff gets held up
for sure.
So you were telling me at the festival that filming in a cave, aside from just being a difficult thing to do, it fucks up your equipment a lot. So if somebody's paying you to get footage, do you bake that into the price? Like, well, I might have to buy another fucking camera.
Well, the stuff that we were shooting for him, he sent us GoPro cameras.
Oh, rad.
So we just use that. And GoPros are really the way to go if you want to film in a cave, because you can just throw those down a pit. You can go in the water with them, do anything. Right. But like, if you want to get better footage and better shots, like I had my DSLR camera with me on Jeffrey's Hell, and I was just beating the hell out of that thing.
Oh, man. No.
Now, what kind of camera do you have?
That was just like a little Canon Rebel 6, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great, fantastic camera.
You know about camera?
I have no idea what it is.
You don't know what he's talking about. I'm sitting here like, why are you asking this man about his cameraography?
Just because
you know.
Some people listening will know, so it'll mean something to them. But I have no idea.
Not you.
No,
okay,
that's what I'm going to shoot this feature that I'm doing here in a couple months on. It's a Canon Rebel T7.
Oh, then it's a terrible camera.
Oh, so you got a T? How you get a T7?
It's like an entry level DSLR. I mean, it's a solid camera though. You get really good footage from it. You know?
Yeah, they're good. I also have a Blackmagic camera that I use for better shots, but sometimes the Canon just looks better, or it's a lot easier to just point and shoot with that. With the Blackmagic, you got to have the right lens, you got to have the right settings perfect, and so if I just want to throw and go a camera like the Canon, it's definitely where I want to go.
Yeah.
Now, I would never see that Blackmagic down there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, like, what would happen to the camera? Would it just get covered in dirt?
Yeah. I'd come home and just have a toothpick, like, cleaning mud out of every orifice of the camera. But a lot of times it's just the lens that will get fucked up. So like I just had a cheap lens most of the time and could replace that if I had to, but it always cleaned up and never really had any, I just assumed it was going to be done for multiple times, but it's still going.
Hell yeah.
God damn. Well, if anybody's ever been on a set, a production, you know that lighting is the thing that takes forever. And did you bring lights down there? Or what were you using?
I had some like little square LED panels. I have like 100 LEDs. Those I usually would have like on a stick or like on top of the camera to like really lighten things up. Because just a headlamp is very hard to capture. Like a flashlight is not going to show up. Like I remember talking to Robbie from the Outwaters, the famous scenes with the flashlight pinhole camera. People are like, "Oh, that flashlight looks stupid." It's like he actually used a huge spotlight to film that, but it looked that was the only way to make it look like a real flashlight.
Right.
Was to use like a 1,000,000 candle-hour spotlight on camera. So trying to just use your headlamp in a cave is tough. The GoPros pick it up a lot better than the DSLR, but always had a backup light.
Yeah.
Yeah, DSLR, it just means it's a digital camera.
Okay.
I think it's like digital sensor. What the hell does it stand for? Y'all are filmmakers.
I don't even know.
Yeah, for me, I note that it's not film. They're not shooting on like Kodak or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you said like DSL, and I'm like,
'Cause
what
I was
acronym?
confused.
Do you know another acronym that's DSL?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
internet
but
is
this
DSL,
this
but
is
I'm
an
sure
interview.
that's
All
not
right,
what
so,
Terrell's.
Aaron, so
What is
so
this?
you worked at a cave. You're giving tour guides. You were falling in the water, scaring people. Giving people heart attacks and shit. So how did that turn into becoming? Hey, I'm gonna get into found footage and make movies. So what turned and made you want to do that?
Well, I've always liked found footage
Mhm.
since I saw the Blair Witch Project when it came out, like most people.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think about it as a career until like 2018 when I started making chest.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I want to make a movie, and I started buying all the shit and learning all the, like, I didn't know anything about what I was doing. So I just jumped into it from there, and found footage just seemed like the easiest way to go.
Yeah.
Turns out that's not exactly true, because while found footage gives you a lot of liberties that you don't have with a traditional film, but there's a whole new set of issues that you have to deal with, like
Right.
especially with continuity and like performances and stuff like that. There's a whole level of problems with found footage, but I still love shooting that style because I'm not a professional filmmaker, so trying to do like brilliant cinematic shots and stuff like that, it's not really interest to me. I like the grit and the grain of and the rawness of found footage. It's the way to go, and for me, I wouldn't say I do that every time I make a movie, but so far I've enjoyed it, and especially doing real life stuff like in caves. I'd rather it be that found footage format.
Yeah.
for
No,
sure.
yeah, it works out. Yeah.
So on IMDb, I pulled you up because I realized I hadn't made note of you doing a short or anything before Chest, and I'm looking at it. Looks like you started in the sound department, which makes sense looking behind you in your 18 keyboards. What is?
Yeah, I see
You're like the
that.
Phantom of the Opera or something.
Yeah, I actually started the first film I ever worked on. I think it's on that IMDb. Is a movie called Make Out with Violence. That was like 2005, I think.
Eight.
I think that's when it was. I think we started it in 2005, and they released it in 2008. But they just kind of got me to do. I was in school for music production and like soundtrack design, and I minored in film. But I was more into music at the time and audio and just stuff like that. But I got hired on to do sound effects and like ran sound on certain days and stuff like that. It was a very low budget production, but it's a pretty good movie. It was at South by Southwest that year, and
Hell yeah.
did pretty well. And then I didn't really do anything after that, except during the process of promoting that movie, we started a band to play the soundtrack from the movie, because the soundtrack was one of the most successful parts of the, like, people loved it. It's my friend Jordan Lenning did the soundtrack for that, and he's actually doing a lot of really. He did the soundtrack for the Spirit Halloween movie.
Okay. Me and
Oh,
Ellie
that's
watched
awful.
that together. We
Yeah,
liked it.
He's,
Get out of here,
he's
Terrell.
Oh, okay.
kind of like, but we started a band to perform that soundtrack and raise money for the movie. And then after the movie came out, just continued the band. So I toured with that band for a while. We, had dreams of being.
What's the name of the band?
The non-commissioned officers. And
Hell yeah.
What type of music did you all play?
it was like Brian Eno style pop. It's heavily influenced by like Depeche Mode and Eno and New Order.
Terrell
Okay.
you like Depeche Mode. I think Depeche Mode came up in that ORG you were on, right?
It was a stream, and I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is Depeche Mode or something like that? It was
Yeah.
hilarious. I didn't know who the hell they were.
Yeah,
Then
it
I heard
became
their
a thing.
music. I understood but it was a bit because I did not know who that was. But that's cool. You're Depeche Mode. Depeche, whatever.
So you're doing a lot of like synth work. Is that mostly what you have behind you?
Yeah, and during
Dude.
You got a lot going on back there. You make albums. What is that?
I've made a few albums. I haven't played a show in a while. COVID kind of killed music for me. Like we all stopped playing shows, and then we were like, "Hey, I don't really miss it."
Oh, that's him.
That's the band.
Oh, we see you in your pictures. Okay, it's like 6 of y'all.
Evan,
Yeah,
did you pull that up? You got to
Yeah,
put
no.
that in the show.
I
Yeah,
got
there's
it.
all 6 of them.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
So do you play keyboard?
Yeah.
I see. It looks like you got a guitar pedal behind you too, a multi-effects.
You all in his background.
I know.
You zooming in?
Yeah.
This is why I like found footage. I like to like pry into his life. I'm looking for the shit he didn't hide.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
played
tape
guitar.
over there. I see a little pool of blood. Some lube.
Oh man.
Tape.
Yeah, so what do you play? Are you mostly keyboard? Do you do like you're not like a DJ, you're not sampling like in a new metal band, right?
No. Yeah, it's mostly just synthesizer music, basically. There we are.
We're gonna have to listen to those music. See,
So tight.
we're gonna have to listen to this afterwards.
I know. Hey, where's the music available?
Is it on Spotify, Apple Music?
It should be on Spotify. So, at least some of it. We basically broke up before Spotify existed.
Oh, y'all dismembered. What's the
Old
name of the
school.
group?
The non-commissioned officers.
Oh, it's not. I dismembered.
This was
that.
during
I can't.
MySpace years, huh? Were you on MySpace with this?
Oh, yeah.
This band? Hell yeah!
Oh,
I
that's
remember
old
like
school.
finding so much cool music back in the day through MySpace, and that was like the thing.
Oh my god.
think
Well, I
there's
feel like
some-
Evan, his top 15 or whatever had like Cheech Chong,
Yeah.
Doug Benson. You dork,
Hey, I got
Evan.
a couple
I-
Cheech and Chong albums on vinyl.
So hold on. I don't want to get away from Make Out with Violence. This movie, I want to watch it because it almost looks like it's a comedy version of like Dead Girl. Have you seen Dead Girl?
Yeah, I remember when Dead Girl came out, everybody was like, fuck, like this. It was, people were confusing the two at the time.
Yeah, I just got that on
and-
Blu-ray.
Dead Girl was kind of fucked up. Make Out with Violence was more like a John Hughes zombie movie, basically.
Okay. Yeah, because it looks like there's a similar dynamic of two dudes
It's on
trying to
Fandom.
like hook up with a dead girl.
Ew.
There's no.
Is that what Dead
there's no-
Girl's about?
You've never you bought Dead
I
Girl?
bought
You
it.
don't-
It came out on Blu-ray Tuesday, and it was the only horror movie that released that week. So I was like, I'm gonna add this
Dude.
to the collection. Had a nice slipcover, but I never watched it.
Yeah.
So it's about these boys. What are they trying to do with a dead girl?
Trent Haga got on the scene kind of making like bleak, very dark. I think Dead Girl is going to be much more dark than the movie that
Make Out with Violence.
Yeah, I've seen Dead Girl, and I was not super
It was
into
hard.
it. But
Oh,
this
you
seems
didn't like
cool.
Coffee Table Girl.
This seems
Everything
cool.
you say you like and don't like, I just disregard.
Yeah, Aaron, have you listened to our show before?
Just
Oh, you better
You
say
don't have
yes.
to lie.
We're going to kick you out of this goddamn call if you're not a fan.
I was trying to find, like, your YouTube doesn't have any videos on it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it
wait,
does.
not
Wait,
my
what?
YouTube. It's on the Overlook Theatre.
Oh, okay, because I went to the Footage Foreplay YouTube.
We have a YouTube?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know we had a YouTube.
Oh, this is a huge problem. All right, Team Huddle.
There was a URL with an icon and everything, so but there was no videos.
Who made that? It should be on the Overlook Theater. The video for the
Also, I
Otherwise,
really,
the episode he's talking about is one you have to listen to. I don't think the video's up for that, but the regular episodes are on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
But the video ones are the interviews, like this one, will be placed on YouTube at the Overlook Theater.
Oh boy!
Yeah, it
Have
should
you
be
guys
there.
ever went to YouTube and typed in Footage Foreplay?
Dude, I'm
You
Yeah,
get
it's awesome.
You get some awesome results.
I don't know what that means coming from you, but pull that up.
Yeah, I'm pulling it. Let me pull it up in the tab. Everybody can
He's
see.
on Shed Singles, dude.
Searching
Oh my
for
god! Wait, what is that?
This is what happens when you. Yeah, Footage Foreplay.
That's porn.
Here, Evan's pulling it up.
Oh my god! Ooh, you're gonna see Cave Orgies videos on this too.
It's informative.
That's
It's
what
educational.
you're against right there.
They can get away with this on YouTube.
Yeah, look.
Okay, well this
I
ain't
guess.
this is not our videos, Aaron Irons.
But they could be.
Mm-mm.
That could be a new thing we do once a week.
Girl, no.
You could
Moving on.
You
We're
could
going
tell
back-
people like what DSL means.
There we are.
I'm being filtered this episode.
I know what is happening.
I am. But
Oh
let's
my
get back
God.
to this. Aaron, so you came out with Chest and then Jeffrey's Hell, which I personally liked a lot. I was in that theater. I was scared, claustrophobia. I was sitting there watching how you were going through and seeing all those weird things. That shit was kind of funny, though. The little bitch that came out the water and stuff. I don't want to spoil for
Don't
people
be
who ain't seen it.
spoiling.
I'm just saying. It was crazy. Anyways, moving on. What's next? Are you gonna do something else in the found footage genre? Is it gonna be some sequels or prequels or something else coming? What's next for you?
Yeah, do
I
you have
wanna
any
know.
roles open? Because Terrell's also trying to get in there. We're trying to get a lead part for him.
Oh my god.
Well, I do have an idea to round out the Chestiverse, as I call it. The
Okay.
Hot.
a third movie to kind of wrap. That will what I want to do with it is explain, or it's like if you go back and watch Chess and Jeffrey's Hell, you'll see it in a very different light after this third movie.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good
They're like-
tease.
Hell yeah.
And there's a whole the thing in Jeffrey's Hell. There's the whole thing with the FBI and this thing called Project Greenhouse, and like what is Project Greenhouse, and like how am I involved, and like how is this movie involved, and like so explaining that part will be the final movie.
Hell yeah.
It'll probably be called Project Greenhouse.
Okay.
I'm just saying, a few caves more is right there.
Chess.
All right, let that
chess
one
two,
air out.
Yeah.
Aaron, now I have to make a plea to you, man. It sounds like you got a story you want to tell, and it sounds like you're going to go in-world camera. Please learn from Stephen Cognetti. If you got a lot and you need exposition, don't do a found footage horror movie. Like I know you Chest and Jeffrey's Hell. Would you call them faux docs? What do you consider those two?
I think Jeffrey's Hell is more the faux doc. Chest is just more like a, I don't know, just regular found footage
Like
movie.
traditional? Yeah.
Yeah, because the doc is never really made in Chest. It's
Yeah.
attempted to be made.
So you, Stephen Cognetti, he's the dude who did Hell House LLC. I'm sure you've seen all those, right?
Oh yeah.
You know how in like part 2 and 3, you could just feel he had all this lore that he loved, and he wanted to get it out, and it's like it just makes for a very clunky
Yeah.
found footage horror movie.
I love Hell House 1, but 2 and 3 , man.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think about 4?
I liked 4 because it goes back, to a more not information crammed, clunky format,
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
two is very bizarre.
That's a good way to put it.
I do think it goes 1, 4, 3, 2.
I don't
Yeah.
think 3 was that good either, but
Was it
Is
better
the
than
one
2?
that does
I
the
don't-
dumb
I
thing
don't
at the
remember.
end, the dumb
They're
joke
both-
scene at the end, where they're like, it's not in world camera right before the credits, and it's like a bit kind of.
was
Well,
that 2?
annoyed me. Is that 2 or 3?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
3, the only thing I remember in 3 was I really liked that influencer who broke into the house and then they dropped their camera and the stream was running until the phone died.
Yeah.
I just remember that angle, like that frame was great.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. And I think both those movies had a scare that was good.
2 was awful. I'm remembering it with the table and the guy floating. That movie's stupid as hell. Y'all like the
It
Abaddon?
had all the
it was-
fake screen life stuff in it, the fake TV show stuff, and it was all so bad. None of it felt like real, and I don't
Yeah,
What
know.
is he
Yeah.
thinking? We got to get him on the show to talk about that next.
Yeah.
I thought 3 was better than 2, but
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely wasn't anything like the first one.
Yeah. It's weird. Found footage horror doesn't really get like critical love from people. So I like to take them way too seriously. Obviously, we do a film fest.
Yeah.
But it's fun watching people like Steven, who I think can really craft a jump scare. But the other stuff, it's just like raw talent. And I think he really, like he said, he didn't want Hell House, the original one, to be found footage. But clearly that movie
Oh, it was good.
did so
Yeah.
much better being in world camera. And it's fun watching you because you have one of the things that found footage movies should all have, which is an interesting location.
Yeah.
I just feel bad hoping that your third movie is going to be in a cave because I feel like it's torture to shoot it.
Yeah, there will definitely be some cave stuff but I want to go back like full on with like I don't want to give away too much. But,
Yeah, don't.
There'll be more cave stuff, and it's going to be the third one's going to be more of a sci-fi action movie.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Me neither. That threw me for left field.
That's
right,
different.
whatever the term is.
Is
Yeah.
it? You know, there's so much personal stuff in Jeffrey's Hell, and that's one of my favorite things about it is how much it feels like of you is in there. You know, with the whole like the trip to was it Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
with
planet?
the trip to Mars thing.
The
Yeah,
planet.
yeah.
I don't remember Mars.
Which that's
Maybe
a
it was
real
Mars.
thing that you did, right? I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I signed up to go to Mars.
Yeah, and he talks about that at the beginning of Jeffrey's Hell. He's talking about how he signed up to go to Mars and it didn't work out. It turned out to be like some kind of scam, basically, the thing.
Yeah, there's a Netflix documentary about Mars One. But yeah, I'd signed up for that, was like ready to go.
Yeah,
And
so
then
are you going to have that kind of personal element in the new one?
Wait,
too?
hold on. Let's not yada yada over the Mars trip. So you were all ready to go to Mars. What does that look like? Did you have your astronaut helmet on and a briefcase? And you're like,
well, nobody really knew because the company was just signing people up, and then but they had no real plan, and which is why eventually fell apart because they were just trying to raise money. I never sent them any money, luckily, but but it was more like that. That was the whole point of opening Jeffrey's Hell with that story, because it was more like me wanting to go to Mars made me realize that I was basically just like hated my life at the time. So that was when I like decided to find like a new job and bought a house and kind of turned everything around based on that. But then Jeffrey's Hell, going into the cave, is sort of like me still chasing that dream of dying on a foreign planet.
damn. Here, Mars
so
One.
sick.
Mars One was a small private Dutch organization that received money from investors by claiming it would use it to land the first humans on Mars and leave them there to establish a permanent human colony. Now, Aaron, I mean this in a nice way, that you and me are not the tallest people. In fact, I think, Aaron, you might even be slightly shorter than me.
Yeah.
Yet I feel like you are much braver than I am. And I don't know, was this like a suicide pact, or were you worried at all, like if this actually happened, that you're going to be like a Mars farmer?
That was the whole thing that I realized that it basically was suicide.
Okay, that's what. Yeah.
But it was suicide without killing yourself, because you're saying goodbye to everyone you know and just leaving the planet literally. And
you kind of touch on that in the beginning of Jeffrey's Hell when you're doing that whole opening thing about how you're going to have to tell everybody goodbye and never see them again,
Yeah, so it was more of a realization of like, I got to do something about my life, because if this is what I'm trying to do, then it's not good. But I'm in a better place now, just so you know.
Your answer was go to the heavens of outer space, and then your solution was go to the hell of the core of the earth?
I guess so, yeah.
Terrell, what do you think? Would you fly out to outer space?
No.
You wouldn't try to be on Mars?
No.
You're not a Total
I'm
Recall
not gonna
fan?
Go hang out with the Martians. I'm not doing that.
You don't want to see a 3-boob lady?
I don't. No, I would never do that. That's too scary. I want to go in no damn cave. I'm gonna stay right here in the middle. I'll watch y'all. I'll watch his movies to see how that looks down there. I ain't going no damn Mars.
Aaron?
Mars is wild. I played Red Faction. There's
Oh, okay.
Oh
That's a
my
video
God.
game.
Monsters there.
This is real life.
I thought he said Red Fappin.
What is Red Fap? What is he talking about anyway? I never even heard of the game he mentioned.
No. What is the okay?
Red
So
Faction.
Jeffrey's Hell.
It's like there's a Mars colonization and you're living on Mars, and there's this like government company, the EDF, who like kind of is an authoritarian kind of power, and they And then the second game, well, these are the newer ones. And then the second game,
God.
you're in a cave underground on Mars, and there's monsters.
All right, Evan, cut your own mic again. 5-minute timeout.
So, Aaron, Jeffrey's Hell, is this playing now? Where can people watch this movie?
Right now, I'm still doing festivals with it. I've got the Nashville premiere is going to be in August at Defy Film Festival here in town, and after that, I'm gonna try to have the Blu-ray available.
Ooh, I was gonna ask you that next. I need me a Blu-ray copy.
Yeah,
signed.
So I'm working on like some cool behind the scenes making of features and stuff like that. So
all right,
if you need a Footage Foreplay commentary, hit us up.
That'll be great. Let me do a commentary track.
Oh, that would be that would be a bonus feature. Wait, now you said Blu-ray. Are we going to do another weird digibook thing like you did with Chest, or are we going traditional?
I've thought about that because part of me wants to do the digibook again, just because I want.
Yeah, so they're cohesive.
So they're
I like that better. Don't change it up. Don't listen to this man.
I agree.
Unless you're gonna put it out Chest as a natural, so they look nice on my shelf,
Yeah, but I might do both at some point, where like the digi is gonna be like this special edition with commentary and all the bonus feature, and then the standard would just be sorry, it would just be the movie.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, this is the part of the show where you have to record a commercial for UF. So go ahead and tell everybody how it's the best festival and you can't wait to come back next year.
Oh, fuck.
Will you be coming back? I never asked you, but you do strike me as one of the people we got our hooks into. Like you'd be returning even if you didn't have a movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna plan on it. I don't know if I'll have anything before then. I do have a couple of short ideas that I'm tossing around right now.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I'd say about 90%.
Well, we got 2 festivals a year, digital and in person. So if you make a short, oddly enough, there are not enough short in-world camera movies.
Yeah.
I think everybody's trying to hit gold online.
Mm-hmm.
Like while Tubi's still kind of paying out.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just trying to like flip a quick found footage movie to make some money. But I mean, I'm sure you could tell people it doesn't really work that way. No. You can't always strike gold immediately. But yeah, please make a short. We need them. Or we could even collab on other kind of things, Aaron. Let's get Terrell in a cave.
Oh, girl, that'll be a show.
When I did it in the Discord, the other day, I tossed out the idea of like getting all the big found footage directors like Dutch and Dylan and Robbie and Anthony, like just and everybody's like, hey, we're gonna make a movie together, and like then everybody just ends up fighting so much that everybody just kills each other. It's like nobody can agree on anything, so it's just a found footage movie about found footage directors making a found footage movie.
Yeah, I saw you put that in the Discord. I love it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So it just like devolves into chaos of everybody just disagreeing about everything, and then everybody just dies. Or like somebody kills everybody, or like I don't know.
I imagine that they're all fighting. It's a cave. It's big. They're all down there, and then they just notice that the rope that they all got down there on is being pulled up, and Aaron just yells like "fuck you," and then there you go. That's where the movie kicks off.
Yeah, we'll see who's down to go into a pit.
All those names, a couple of them, I don't think they would.
Terrell will. Yeah, hell yeah.
Girl,
you would do it.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, to be in a movie, you wouldn't. Come on.
I'd be scared as hell.
And that'd be the best part. It'd be great footage.
For a fact.
Oh my God. Reality TV in a cave. He did say Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, that's what you do. You create a YouTube series where you take found footage directors into a cave.
That would be good. It's like a good reality show.
Like a reality show, yeah.
Have competitions, eliminations.
Yeah.
Now, how long can you stay in a cave? Like, do you run out of air?
7 days. Didn't somebody say that?
What, Samara?
Yeah. Like the ring. You have 7 days. Or 30 years if you're a salamander.
You can stay as long as you can survive. Basically, I mean, the air differs between some caves, but most caves are always blowing air, so they're pretty rich. But
Does it stink in there?
How long have you been dying?
I wanted to know, but
Yeah, where do you poop down there?
ew.
you don't, or you pack it out.
But I want to know if it stinks. You said it's talking about all this air that flows through. Does it air out the caves, or does it smell like dead people?
No, it just smells like dirt. I mean, sometimes
smell
you
like
can get.
Dead people.
I'm just wondering. It's got to not smell fragrant.
What does dead people smell like?
Girl, I don't know, but it don't smell good. So that's why I was trying to, it don't smell like
Sometimes-
roses down there.
You can find a cave that'll smell bad if something's died in it, but most of the time it just smells like the dirt. I mean,
Yeah,
So
like
the
dirt
cave
and
from
earthy.
Jeffrey's Hell didn't smell like hell.
no,
Okay.
Is there a lot
Wait.
of water in the caves down there?
it depends on the cave, but yeah, sometimes.
The one that we used to go in and smoke that I was talking about and explore around in had like a ladder you could climb down further in, and there was like
To the water?
a crevice, and there was like a river, a really fast rushing river. Like if you fell in that shit, you'd probably die.
Yeah, I mean,
there was no fish in there.
there's full on rivers in a lot of the caves I've been in.
Evan.
Evan went down there to fill up his bong.
He
That's
did.
why it's dry.
But
when it come
yeah,
out.
that's why I don't put water in it now.
Yeah, he moved away from the cave.
Mm-hmm.
We got to dig you a well in your backyard so you can fill that thing up.
No, it's the convenience of it. You know, it's like I don't have to change the water because there is no water.
Oh my god. Wait, so let's go back to packing out poop. What does that mean?
Why are you worrying about poop?
Because you're talking about stinky
that's-
caves.
that's
Because
and I'm
I'm
like,
sure it
To
stank.
think
Well,
that you're
if-
carrying all this shit and then you're also carrying literal shit.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean,
proud of that.
well, it kind of depends on the cave. Like, a lot of caves that are just highly trafficked. A lot of people, if you got to go, you just bury it. But if you're in a cave
So if
that,
you go digging, you could dig up shit?
well, you don't go digging.
Oh,
Don't go digging.
You
But,
take
I
all
mean,
the
most
kind of
people-
gold.
Most people don't like unless you're hurting. Like you can do a cave trip without having to go to the bathroom. But when it happens, and like if you're in a cave, like there's a cave down in Mexico, Lechuguilla, that is so protected that like you have to have you got to like do crazy shit to even get access to that cave. But if you're in there and you got to go to the bathroom, like there's no way they will let you drop.
They watch you with cameras or something? Or is it the cartel?
It's the people that you're with. Like you pack it out because like you have to wear like plastic boots and like cover your
Oh
feet.
wow!
And all that, just to protect some of the. It is a.
Is it for like animals? Like, is there bats that you're protecting, or what? What is the?
Sometimes
They
it's that-
fly.
Well, yeah,
Why
but
would
no,
they be on the
but
floor?
humans
Let's
traffic a
be-
lot
What
of.
is he asking?
No, I'm
Oh
asking
my
at Terrell. I'm
God.
trying to
I'm
explain.
sorry.
Yeah, Evan-
I'm done.
Dude, Evan,
I'm just
you-
going to go back to listening.
He's smoking too much.
No, people. Aaron will confirm this. People bring shit into caves that make the bats sick, like
Yeah.
illnesses and germs and stuff.
Yeah, there's
I
white
was
nose.
talking about walking with boots. He said, "What for the bat?" Like, what?
Aaron,
He's
Go ahead.
right. There's white nose syndrome that has like
The
White people syndrome.
Terrell's
What did he
got
say?
that.
white nose syndrome.
Oh, what did I say that for?
that
White
cave that we used to
nose.
go
I
into
said
got
white
blocked
people
off for
syndrome.
that because those bats got sick, and so people had to stop going into it. Probably because we went in there all the time and smoked weed, if I had to guess. But
They're making a comeback. Yeah, a lot of times you have
What?
to. If you go to different caves,
yeah,
you have to like decontaminate your clothes before you go into another cave because you don't want to spread the bacteria, and it's
Yeah.
definitely spread by humans.
That makes sense.
STDs.
Oh my god.
You got to put the condom on, otherwise you're going to be
They
spreading
wear-
this white nose fever.
Oh my god. Why is it called the white nose?
I don't know
their
because
Well,
snouts
funny.
turn white.
Yeah, they
because
actually they get like the white growth all over their back
Oh,
nose.
because the bats get white noses. That's scary.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but they're starting to build up their own immunity and stuff to it now, so they're starting to make a comeback.
Oh yeah.
I like
I'm here for
How
bats.
you imagined walking on bats on the ground is what Evan was talking
That's what
about.
I was thinking.
But then Evan mentioned, oh, it's probably from people going in the caves and smoking weed. So I imagined him and his little buddies of spelunkers going to fill up the bong, getting a bunch of bats high hanging on the ceiling, falling on the ground and being stepped on. So in that reality, you're both right and wrong. Fucking God,
No, we
Aaron,
never got
Evan's
bats
smoking
high.
out bats.
We never
They're
smoked
just
out any
flying
bats.
rats, and that's disgusting.
The bats were
Yeah,
like
have you ever
way
seen
down
like a
in the
mutated
bottom of the
rat
cave.
down there? That's Terrell's worst nightmare.
Oh,
if you didn't know.
scream. I died of a heart attack. I couldn't.
I mean,
do
I've
it.
seen regular rats, but not.
Oh my god! See, I'm never doing that. That's awful. I'm definitely terrified of rodents. All of them. Disgusting.
Have you ever seen a picture, Terrell, of a bat up close? Its face. Just a second.
Terrell's not
Let's-
amused by your
We gotta pull this
What
up.
is he asking me?
They're pretty
Bats
cute.
are just like rats. They just have wings. Why are you pulling up bats? Oh, those look so gross. I like Batman.
It's got
Does
like
that
a
count?
pig snout, kind of. It's like a rat with a pig nose.
Oh god, it does look like a pig. Ew! Look at his ear. That one looks kind of cute.
Okay. You actually turned him around with the pig nose comment.
No, you didn't.
Oh, he looks.
So have you
pissed.
seen bats there, Aaron? Oh, that looks scary. What the hell? Is that an AI bat?
No, that's real.
That's an AI bat.
That's a fucked
No,
up
it's
looking bat.
AI,
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Look crazy. Aaron, have you seen bats in
Yeah, some of these
caves?
look fucked up.
Wow.
That's horror movie shit right there, dude. What is that?
Starting to see the inspiration for the Predator.
Right? Holy shit. Yeah, I've never seen a bat that looked. The ones we had in the cave, they didn't look like that.
Yeah, the ones I've seen are always pretty cute. They're like the size of your thumb.
That thing looks fucked. Did we lose Terrell and Russell?
Okay, sorry about that.
I don't see your face.
I do. Aaron,
Oh,
do you
there he
see
is.
Russell?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that's
in-
it.
yeah.
Well,
here.
it doesn't show on mine.
I'm back. Hi.
No, it's a black screen. You black.
So you should feel more comfortable.
Okay. All right. So before we get cut off, what did I ask? I asked about Aaron, have you seen any bats or wild like rats in there when you were? I didn't hear your response. I'm sorry. When you were in their caves, they
Yeah,
attack you.
they'll fly around you, but I've never been
Mhm.
attacked by a bat.
Like, 'cause you know they might try to suck your blood.
No, that's not that kind of bat.
I feel like
Okay.
they're more
Well,
afraid of us, you
Yeah.
know, like than we are. Like they'll.
That's what
run
they all
away
say,
from
but
you.
they be running. They always say that. Oh, they're more afraid. No, they not. No, they don't. They scared. They gonna scare us and try to kill
I'll
us.
tell you one of the a freaky bat story though is I've never gone to this, but I know a few friends that there's that cave down in Mexico I was telling you about. They do an expedition down there there's all kinds of big caves in Mexico, but when you go to that expedition, you stay at this house or like a little bunkhouse, and they recommend you bring a tent. And they're like, why do you need a tent if you're sleeping in the bunkhouse? It's like, well, you set the tent up in the bunkhouse
Oh no.
to protect yourself from the bats. And what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, well, they're vampire bats, and they will sneak into the bunkhouse at night. And if you're just exposed, you'll wake up and have a bat sucking on you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, and those are the big giant fuckers that will literally suck your blood. They mostly
my
feed
God.
on livestock, but yeah, they'll
That's
get
scary. I'd scream. Oh, all
Yeah.
this is too much for me.
You wouldn't want to wake up with a bat on you?
No, I don't. It's gross.
That's wild.
You know, you'd be scared as hell with your snoring ass. You would have been. They'd have been scared of you too. But
They wouldn't come near.
No.
I've developed a snoring defense system to scare away rodents at night.
Oh my god! They'd be like, "Oh, not that one."
You know, Terrell talks a lot about being afraid of like rodents and small creatures, but I feel like I would act out more than you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
There's no way. I know you have Oksana kill all the rodents and
I
bugs
need
and
her
spiders
to.
and snakes in the houses, but then you'd be like sitting like on your
Hell
staring.
no. Nuh-uh. When I had a spider crawl out of this microphone in episode 2.
Oh, I remember that.
And
You didn't even freak out. You just
I was
sat
very
back.
good. And I was very proud. I would flip the fuck
You would just
out.
scream
But
like,
I kept it cool. I'm like, the camera's on me. Look tough.
Oh.
I'm like, look fucking tough.
What
Oh.
do you guys have fucking memory loss? What you were like, Oksana, kill it!
Ew.
You were not tough.
I don't remember that. Do you remember that?
Well, Evan, he wakes up every day with 3 different animals.
I know. He
So he's
lives.
used
He
to
lives
it.
in the forest. It's like, oh, bugs and spiders. I'm used to that.
What, a spider came out of your microphone?
Yeah.
It probably laid eggs, Aaron.
How the hell was that?
Shut the fuck up.
Just probably pull that thing off.
We, we're in California and we don't have a ton of bugs out here, but where we live, we're right on like a little hill with like an easement behind the house, and there's just fucking spiders everywhere, like everywhere, like in the shower, in the sink.
In the shower,
dude. Yeah,
You seen Infested?
if they're
That's my fear. I'd scream. Have y'all seen Infested?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie.
a good movie.
Aaron, you gotta watch it. You like spiders?
No.
But yeah, well, that will make you scared of them. 1,000%. Even
I like
more
the
so.
little fuzzy jumping spiders.
Oh well, these
Oh,
ain't
shut
fuzzy.
the hell up! Nobody likes them.
Those are
lying.
adorable.
No, those were created
Not if
because
they were in your shower trying to attack you and turn into 1,000 more spiders.
exactly.
Yeah, they work. They just like they eat something and then explode into a bunch of others.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Yeah, I think in Blu-ray Tuesday you said you click them. I love it. You're
God.
like you click them and they multiply.
They did. You gotta
Dude,
watch it. Watch Infested on Shudder.
I was at a party one time and everybody was hanging out in the kitchen, as people tend to do, and somebody looked down and there was this little black ball laying in the middle of the kitchen.
a
And
critter.
A roly-poly?
And my friend looked at it and he's like, "What the hell is that?" And he reached down and pokes it, and it was a mama spider with like a
Oh,
big
no.
egg, and the spiders just went.
Oh my god.
all
She
over
clicked
the-
it.
I bet
She
that
was trying to
fucking
have a
kitchen
baby.
went too.
I would have ran.
Everybody lost their fucking shit and like somebody had fired a gun off or something. Everybody's just running, screaming out of the house. And my friend's like, "What do I do?" And I was like, "You gotta burn your fucking house down, man."
You'd be like, you got to put on some clothes because this was one of those orgies you were at, right?
Oh, he was?
He's going there with Raid and just sprayed Raid all over his kitchen.
Mhm. I would have the same thing.
Yeah, so spiders, I don't like them.
Yeah, well, that movie's gonna fuck you up then. It was good.
I got to send you a link. We got to share it. Found footage filmmaker Kevin Saxby. I'll go ahead and call him that. He's the brains behind Tofino. He did a video on YouTube that was like a comedy song about a spider in his home.
Oh, I
And
remember that.
it's very appropriate.
He did a good job with that.
Yeah, he's funny.
Does he still do
He's
stuff?
very funny. Yeah, he does. He does.
I
He's
don't
been doing
know.
a lot
He
of
unfollowed
shorts
me,
lately.
so the film I unfollowed him right back.
Oh shit!
So I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, here's a PSA. If you ever follow Terrell and he follows you back, first off, your like ratio better be up there.
Oh
He's
my
aware. 2, if you unfollow him, don't ever show your face again because you are
No,
dead.
it's just because I follow too many people anyways, and if you don't follow me, girl,
That is true.
I gotta unfollow you, bitch.
Yeah, he's just Kevin
You
Saxby
can cut
on
that
YouTube.
part out.
No, leave that in.
That's
This is a
definitely
nice
staying in.
interview.
Well, Aaron, I mean, we've had you here for a minute, and since the minute I looked at your frame, I just knew the way we have to end this episode is you got to play us out, dude. Get on those keyboards. I want to watch you like Phantom of the
You put
Paradise
him on
over
the
there.
Spot?
Well, look at him. That room is built for this. His dream is that
Yeah,
people
he
are like,
does
hey,
have like 25 different keyboards in there. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, the only one that's really hooked up to an amp is the piano, but everything else
ooh, I love it.
is running through like a mixer and goes in. It's a whole thing to get all the synthesizers running, but
Long story short, he said no.
Well, can you go over there and just hit the keys, and then we'll have Evan put in post some music like you're like shredding.
hang on.
Fuck yeah! Look at Aaron gets
Hell
it.
yeah, dude!
He's gonna put on a fucking show for us.
He's gonna hit a key like you said.
Terrell, come on. This is what the show's all about. It's about.
Oh, McDonald. I could do that. Oh, good. What the fuck?
It's like he's playing the song to a movie Terrell would hate. He's like, "Oh, this is boring." I can feel Terrell. It's like a very thoughtful,
Oh my god.
introspective.
It's like the intro. Some dude's in a cab. Some shit's about to go down. You know.
In
Anyway,
a cab.
What your thought process? He said a cab.
Dude, Aaron, dude, hell yeah.
That was good.
What can't you do?
I don't know. I'll try anything once.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
shit. We got to get you in that hot tub.
Wow.
Well, Aaron, dude, man,
Weird cave orgies.
dude, Cave, that's the next found footage movie.
A cave orgy movie?
Yeah. Like, you wouldn't love that.
Cave orgy, cave convention feud. I want that in there too.
I'll go back to the orgy.
It's a reality show,
Mm-hmm.
and the drama keeps ramping up, and then there's a big cave finale. It's a challenge, and all the eliminated people come back to vote, and then it devolves into an orgy.
Got it.
You would love that. It'd be
Sounds
satanic.
great.
We have Moloch in there. Although he's,
Oh god.
what, Aaron? I mean, you got to do a cult thing in a fucking cave. How do we make this happen?
Hey, Project Greenhouse is gonna be some cult shit.
Okay.
You spoiling? You getting him to spoil the movie?
No,
Hot
I mean,
take.
it's all the Blu-ray of Jeffrey's Hell will actually have a lot of information about that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Hell
Do you have
yeah.
a tentative release date for this?
Sometime after August.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. After duh. So she has
Yeah.
to premiere first. Got you.
All right. So it's going to premiere. You're going to put that out, and then are you immediately starting pre-production, or you already got the script and everything?
No, I haven't even. It's just kind of an idea right now. I've got a few other things that I will probably do before I do Project Greenhouse, but it's definitely on the agenda.
Well, I mean, it sounds like a good reason to have you back. So whenever you start kicking that around,
Mm-hmm.
come hang out. I mean, you're a lot of fun. It's always nice having people we've met prior on here, because then I get to get goofy and watch Terrell squirm over there.
How?
What's DSL mean?
Girl, we're not going there.
Come on, you opened up with the tease.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
Oh, you're
for
not going to
joining
say
us.
it? I'm going to Google it.
Google it. You know what the hell DSLs are.
I figured
No, I
it out.
don't. Oh, dick sucking lips.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was not trying to make those jokes earlier. I was talking about dick sucking lips at the beginning of this episode. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I was like, oh, it's a camera. The fuck? I didn't know that.
DSLR? What would the R be for?
I don't know. Lips. I don't know. I can't think.
Reflex.
Right now. No.
No. All right, turn your mic off again. You can't say bye. You lost your privilege. Aaron, I love you, man. You got to come hang out. So any excuse you got that we can hang out with you, keep us updated. And let us know when your films start hitting, like, or are you going to go Tubi, Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I'll do it through Film Hub again. So whatever picks it up there.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where like they don't tell you anything about when it goes live, but
Right.
I'll
Oh,
keep you posted.
dude, how rough is that?
It's a waiting game.
Because I'm sure y'all know about Horror in the High Desert 3.
Three, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a waiting game too.
And
Yeah.
Dutch is just like, dude, I have no control.
There's even I was in the Reddit for found footage on Reddit,
yeah.
and there's hella people posting, "Oh, when is this gonna come out?" People think it's not ever gonna come out. People think it's not even a thing. And I was,
How
I be
tight
wanting to
is that?
comment, but I don't. But I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
How cool is that? Though, where
They
people
don't
are like,
think-
is the movie even real?
Yeah, there's. I should have sent it to you. People, there's like a lot of comments too because the shit's not coming out, but it is coming out. It's just a matter of the distribution through what you just said. Would you say Film Freeways?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is coming out, and it is great.
and
You
it is
showed
great.
up,
So
and
if y'all
kicks ass.
listening,
Well, you know what? I don't like to lie to our audience. It's not a
Uh-oh.
real movie. We lied. At UF, it
now
was just
you're lying.
yeah. There's no movie.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. We're goofing. It's a
Girl,
goof.
people are gonna believe you.
Well, of course. But maybe I'm lying. I don't know.
You are.
Oh fuck! You know what I didn't even get to talk to you about, Aaron? Is that last time we talked, it was in a live stream for Nigel Bach.
Oh
We
yeah,
hooked up in the in the chat. Whatever. Next time. Aaron,
Yeah.
I love you, dude. Thank you for taking the time out.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on Footage Foreplay. Did you
Yeah,
have fun, Aaron?
definitely.
I learned a lot about caves and cave fucking and communities and apps. I was shocked. bats, and you scaring old ladies on a cruise ship falling off. That's you gave us a lot today.
I love that it's been both a double-decker bus and now a cruise ship too.
Yes, he fell off. He said he was hanging from it. That's insane. I just could imagine. You're so small, you could definitely hang from it. But that's great.
Like a bat?
Yeah, you know when you fall off, you can like an action movie star. That's why he's going to action with this new movie.
Oh my
This
God.
is so cool. So I'm glad you came to join us. I
An
hope we
aircraft
weren't-
carrier next time.
Thanks for listening to Footage Foreplay. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving a review, sharing it with a friend, or simply hitting like. These small gestures are a great free way to support this mayhem, and if you find some footage we should be fondling, email us at footageforeplay@gmail.com. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes, and remember, don't skip the foreplay.